This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 2. Shake yourself free, Jerusalem. Rise from the dust and sit on your throne. Undo the chains that bind you, captive people of Zion. I like to give all praises and glory and honor to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz on the set once again. Shake yourself free, Jerusalem. Our punishment is up. The so-called white man is going down, okay? He's going to be destroyed and eradicated. What we have to do is, as you heard in my previous videos, come back into the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, okay? Our punishment is up. Yahweh Shai is going to lead our enemies into captivity, okay? We just need to keep posture and keep calling on the name and hold tight. We're doing a beautiful job. Hold tight. We waiting for this devil to make his next move, which is an RFID chip. We know he's going to do another 9/11 event, okay, to usher in his RFID chip, okay? We just need to hold fast, keep our posture, and keep strong, and keep calling on the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. We're doing a beautiful job, brothers and sisters. Just hold tight and keep on calling on his divine and holy name. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 14. Those who are in prison will soon be set free. They will live a long life. They will have all the food they need, okay? So keep calling upon the name of Yahweh Shai, okay? Yahweh Shai is going to set us free, okay? We're coming off of our punishment, okay? And the so-called white man's going to go down, okay? He will get put in the shackle slavery, okay? Cattle slavery. His day is coming. We just need to keep calling upon his divine and holy name. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 9. Wake up, Yahweh, and help us. Use your power and save us. Use it as you did in ancient times. It was you that cut the sea monster Rahab to pieces, okay? The so-called white man, okay? The so-called white man's going to go down. He's going to go into slavery. We need to keep on calling upon the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai so we can make it out with our life when this thing goes down. That's what this is about. Hold tight. We already got the victory. We just waiting for this man to press a button and to press a button on his demonic RFID chip. That's all we waiting for. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. But now all who devour you will be devoured, and all your enemies will be taken away as prisoners. All who oppress you will be oppressed, and all who plunder you will be plundered, okay? So all that plunder us will be plundered, okay? They're going to be put into slavery. That's what this is about, okay? Once those nuclear missiles drop, annihilating the nations, okay, mainly here in America, the so-called white man's going to go into slavery, okay? Just hold fast and hold tight and keep calling upon the divine name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, okay? That's what this is about, okay? Hold on tight and keep calling upon his divine and holy name. Book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 12. Yahweh remembered those who suffer. He does not forget their cries, and he punishes those who wrong them. Okay, so Yahweh Shai haven't forgot us, okay? Yahweh Shai haven't forgot us, okay? He haven't forgot our prayers. He haven't forgot our sufferings and the things that we go through, okay? We just need to hold tight, okay? And wait for him, okay? He's going to set all of these things right. The book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 7. How I pray that victory will come to Israel from Zion. How happy the people of Israel will be when Yahweh makes them prosperous again. Okay, so how happy will we be? Okay, when Yahweh Shai makes us prosperous again. Okay, this thing is going down. Okay, these are the last warnings that you're going to get. Okay, so get them while you can. Okay, because this devil, this truth is getting to him. It's all on the internet. The gig is up. Okay, the so-called white man's going down. Okay, his kingdom is falling. Okay, his dollar ain't worth nothing. Gas is up, food's up, housing's up. People can't survive. This devil's going down. Okay, can't you see the so-called white man's going down? And if you don't call upon the name of Yahweh Yahushua, you won't be saved in that day. Okay, and the people that's saying that we don't have the name, that's another game. Okay, we got the name. Okay, we got the true doctrine and we got the name. Okay, the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 32. But all who ask Yahweh for help will be saved. As Yahweh has said, some in Jerusalem will escape. Those whom I choose will survive. So once again, it's only a little bit of survivors. It's not a lot of survivors that's going to make it out of this thing. Okay, it's the ones that's calling on the name Yahweh, that's keeping their posture, that's keeping their integrity. Okay, Yahweh Shai is going to make all these wrongs right. Yahweh Shai is going to make all these wrongs right. The book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 22. Don't take it on yourself to repay a wrong. Trust Yahweh and he will make it right. Okay, so these so-called white people, they messed up. Okay, they messed up. They're going to be destroyed. Okay, let Yahweh make it right. Okay, he's going to make things right with us. Okay, we don't have to worry about nothing. We just need to keep our posture and keep calling upon his holy and divine name. Okay, these so-called white people messed up. Okay, the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. Anyone who strikes you strikes what is most precious to me. Okay, so this devil, he almost eradicated the Native American Indian, which is a tribe of Reuben, Issachar, and Gad. Okay, the 9 tribes. Okay, then the 3 tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. He put them on slavery cargo ships, okay, and shipped them, okay, and put them in hardcore slavery. This devil got a tab to pay, okay. This devil's going to be destroyed, okay. It's coming, okay. You seen his society collapse, okay. It's going down, okay. And if you don't, the doors of mercy is still cracked, okay. So if you don't call upon the name of Yahweh Yahushai, you won't make it out with your life when this thing goes down. That's what this is about. So Yahweh Almighty sent me with this message for the nations that plunder you, his people. Okay? Yahweh himself will fight against you, and you will be plundered by the people who were once your servants. When this happened, everyone will know that I am Yahweh Almighty have sent me. Okay? So this devil put his hands on Yahweh's chosen people. Okay? This devil messed up. This devil messed up. He messed up big time. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Laugh on, people of Edom and Uz. Be glad while you can. Your disaster is coming too. You too will stagger naked and in shame. Verse 22. Zion has paid for her sins. We pay for our sins. Slavery, last hired, first fired. Okay, lynchings. Okay, police brutality. We pay our punishment. Always at the bottom. Okay, we paid. Okay, now the curses. Deuteronomy, we'll get it. Deuteronomy 37. Okay, is coming to pass on the so-called white man. Okay, he can't shake it. Okay, he can't run from his punishment. Okay, he's got to face it. We had a drink of the cup. Now this man have to drink of the cup. Okay, it's only fair. Okay, this man's going down. Zion has paid for her sins. Yahweh will not keep us in exile any longer. But Edom, Yahweh will punish you. He will expose your guilty acts. Okay, so Yahweh is going to punish you, so-called white people. Okay, and no one, you heard me say this once again, no one punishes like Yahweh Yahushai. Okay, this devil's going down. Okay, this devil's going down. His witchcraft, the Illuminati, his satanic witchcraft is wearing off. Okay, he's got to do more sacrifices. Okay, this devil's going down. Okay, we're going to go up, and this devil's going down. That's what this is about. The book of Jeremiah. Let's start at Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Yahweh says, I am bringing a destructive wind against Babylonia and its people, okay? Thermonuclear destruction, okay? This devil's going to destroy one another. That's how it's going to go down, okay? They're going to destroy one another, okay? They're going to get tired of one another and drop missiles on one another, okay? This thing is going down, okay? And if you don't want to get caught in the riffraff, you better make sure you call upon the name Yahweh Yahushai and get this doctrine while you can, okay? While the doors of mercy are still open, okay? So you can make it out with your life when this thing goes down. That's what this is about. The so-called white man is going to go is going to go down, okay? He is going down. Okay, the so-called white man is going down. So you have to make sure you call upon his holy and divine name so you could be saved. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. Babylonia has suddenly fallen and it is destroyed. Mourn over it. Get medicine for its wound. It can be healed. Foreigners living there said, we tried to help Babylonia, but it was too late. Let us leave now and go back home. Yahweh has punished Babylonia with all his mighty and has destroyed it completely. Okay, America's going to be destroyed. America's going to be destroyed. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, America's going to be destroyed. Okay, so you have to come back to Yahweh Yahushai while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open. If you don't, that's it for you. Okay, these are the last warnings you're going to get. These are the last warnings you're going to get, okay? The book of Mark. The book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 1. And he went on to say, I tell you, there are some here who will not die until they have seen the kingdom of Yahweh coming with power, okay? So I want to be the some here that's going to see it, okay? Yahweh Shai said Christ is only going to be some. It's not going to be a lot of people to see it, okay? It's not going to be a lot of people to see it, okay? We want to make sure that we the ones to see it, okay? You want to make sure that you have the qualifications to see it, okay? And what are some of the qualifications to see the kingdom of heaven, okay? What are the qualifications? Let's get it. The book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 5. For this very good reason, do yourself best to add goodness to your faith, and to your goodness add knowledge, to your knowledge add self-control, to your self-control add endurance, to endurance add goodness, to your goodness add Christian affection, and to your Christian affection add love. These are the qualities you need, if you have them in abundance, they will make you achieve and effective in your knowledge of our Lord Yahweh Shai Christ. Okay, so you got to add these qualities, okay, so you can make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Christ didn't say a lot of people are going to make it out of this thing. Okay, Christ didn't say a lot of people are going to make it out. It's not going to be a lot of people, okay? You want to add to your faith, okay? Add to your faith knowledge and temperance, okay? That's what this is about, okay? And calling on his divine and holy name. Okay, this place is destroyed. Okay, that's why Moses says, I exceedingly quake. Let's get it. The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 21. The sight was so terrifying that Moses said, I'm trembling and afraid, okay? You see a dark demonic power like Yahweh Yahushai, who will laugh, okay? That's why the Bible says you're going to urinate on yourself in that day. That's what this is about. Let's get it. First, let's get Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. He will turn all these curses against your enemies who hate you and oppress you. Okay, so all these curses are again turned against our enemies, okay, to the so-called white man, okay. All of these curses is getting turned on him now, okay. He's catching hell now, okay. He's the one last hired, first fired now, okay? He's got to go through, okay, hyperinflation, gas is high, food's high, living's high, eating up all his wealth, okay? He could barely make it. His homeless rate is high, okay? They're going down, okay? The so-called white man's going down, okay? They're waiting for captivity, okay? That's why Yahweh Shai says, I gave many captives, okay? That's why he said, I gave many captives, okay? The so-called white man's going down, okay? This thing is going down. So if you want to make it, you better come to Yahweh Yahushai while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open, okay? That's what this is about. Okay? That's what this is all about. Okay, coming back into who you are in relationship to these holy scriptures. Okay, when you see this thing go down, you're going to urinate on yourself. Let's get it. Book of Ezekiel. The book of Ezekiel 7, verse 17. Every one's hands will be weak and their knees will shake. Okay, every hand will be weak. You're going to urinate on yourself in that day. Men's hearts failing them from fear. Okay. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, verse 7. When they ask you, why are you groaning? Tell them it is because of the news that's coming. When it comes, their hearts will be filled with fear, their hands will hang limp, their courage will fail, and their knees will tremble. The time has come, it is here. The sovereign Yahweh has spoken. Okay, so the time is here. Okay, the sovereign Yahweh has spoken. Okay, the time has come. Okay, the so-called white man's going down. Okay, his rulership is going down. It's collapsing. Okay, every day it's collapsing. Okay, that's what this is about. Every day it's collapsing. Okay, our punishment is up. Our punishment is up. Now the so-called white man's going to go down. The book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 1. Comfort my people, says Yahweh. Comfort them. Encourage the people of Jerusalem. Tell them that they have suffered long enough and their sins are now forgiven. I have punished them in full for their sins. Okay, so our punishment is up. Our punishment is up, brothers and sisters. You just need to hold on tight, call upon the name of Yahweh Yahushai, so you can make it out with your life when this thing goes down. And that's it. The so-called white man's going to go down. Okay, America's destroyed. Okay, America don't got much more time left here. Okay, this place is destroyed. Okay, the gas, you can't have a life here anymore. Okay, little minimal paying jobs, but everything is hyperinflated. Okay, you can't have a life here no more. This thing is going down. Okay, calling upon the name of Yahweh Yahushai. The book of Revelations. The book of Revelation 6, we'll start at verse 5. Then the Lamb broke open the third seal, and I heard the third living creature says, "Come." I looked, and there was a black horse. Its riders held a pair of scales, and it had hyperinflation. Okay, Gas is high, food's high, okay? Hyperinflation. I heard what sounded like the voice coming from among the four living creatures, which says, a quarter of wheat for a day's wages. So just a little wheat for a loaf of bread for a day's wages, and three quarters of barley for a day's wages. But do not damage the oil trees and the vineyards, okay? Keep this truth intact, okay? Don't damage his truth. Okay, this man's going down. That's what this is about. This man's going down. Okay, Yahweh Yahushai is going to make our joy, our sadness turn into joy, and they're going to have to drink of the cup. The book of Jeremiah. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 12. It, if even those who did not deserve to be punished had to drink up from the cup of punishment, do you think that you will go unpunished? No, you must drink from the cup. Okay, so you must drink from the cup. Okay, that cup represents slavery. Okay, so after missiles get dropped on these devils, they're gonna the stragglers, the ones that are left, they're gonna get rounded up and put it straight into slavery. Okay, that's it. Okay, when Christ Yahweh gets here. Okay, that's what this is. That's what this is about. You want to know what this is about? That's what this is about. Okay, and no one wants to come out and say it. Okay, because it's too heavy. The land can't bear the words. Okay, let's get it. No one wants to say it, but now the truth is out. The book of Amos, chapter 7, verse 10. Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, then sent a report to the king Jeroboam of Israel. Amos is plotting against you among the people. His speech will destroy this country. Okay, that's it. Okay, this war speech, the so-called white man's going down. Okay, war speech. Okay, he's going to get put into slavery. Okay, he's going to get eradicated. Okay, and put straight into slavery. Okay, that's what this is about. America's over. Okay, playtime is up. Okay, this place is going down now. Okay, it's going to be destroyed. What we need to do is call upon His holy name and seek His divine and holy name, and keep our posture and keep our integrity. That's what we need to do. Okay, that's what this is about. The book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 32. Wicked people bring about their own downfall by their evil deeds, but good people are protected by their integrity. Okay, so you have to have integrity in this thing. Okay, so you can make it out with your life. Okay, it's only going to be a few survivors to make it out with their life. Okay, and that's ones that's sanctioned from the beginning of the world. Okay, those are the ones that's sanctioned. Okay, This thing is going down, okay? The so-called white man's finished, okay? His best days are behind him, okay? His society's collapsing, okay? His Babylon is falling. Let's get it. Babylon is falling. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 8. A second angel followed the first one, saying, She has fallen. Great Babylon has fallen. She made all people drink her wine, the strong wine of her immoral lust. Okay, so, America's fallen. Okay, it's collapsed. That's it with America. It's going to be destroyed. Okay, and the only thing that you have left, if you want to make it out with your life, is calling upon the holy and divine name of Yahweh Yahushai so you can make it out with your life. That's what this is about, okay? You won't make it, okay? This man's going down, okay? Then his elites, they're going to be put into slavery. Let's get it. Let's start at verse 20. The book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 20. The earth itself will stagger like a drunken, sway like a hut in a storm. The world is weighted down by its sins. It will collapse and never rise again. Okay, that's talking about the white man's rulership. Okay, once it collapses, it's never going to rise again. Okay, so once the so-called white man loses power, it won't rise again. Verse 21, a time is coming when Yahweh will punish the powers above and the rulers of the earth. Yahweh will crowd kings together like prisoners in a pit. It's going to be big giant pits these devils going to go in. He will shut them up in prison until their time of their punishment comes, okay? Until the time of them to be annihilated. Okay, basically to be put. We're gonna put these devils on fire, fry them, and they're gonna be like dust underneath our souls. Let's get it. That's what this is about. That's what this is all about. These devils are going to be like dust underneath our souls. Okay, one moment. The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 10. The righteous will be glad when they see sinners, because they will wade through the blood of the wicked. People will say, the righteous are indeed rewarded. There is indeed a power who judges in the world. Okay, you're gonna see it. You're going to see it. The so-called white man's destroyed. You're going to see it, okay? That's what this is about. That's what this is all about, okay? Our punishment is over, okay? Now it's time for the so-called white man to go down, okay? That's what this is all about, okay? We want to see the downfall of our enemy, okay? Let's get it. We want to see the downfall of our enemy. The book of Psalms, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I judge in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that has joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Okay, we want to see the fall of our enemy. Okay, that's why we were put down here. I believe, I'm speaking as a man, that's why Yahweh in heaven put us down here so you will see it, okay? I believe Yahweh in heaven before we were born, okay, you promise us you will see it, okay? But it's you have to hang tight. You have to be patient, okay? Think about the apostles, okay? Think about Tahar, Ramlah, Gabar, and Rakar. Think about those brothers. They've been doing it 40 years plus. Okay, they still going hard for the truth, okay? You got to be patient for Yahweh Shai, okay? He gave us clues. He didn't give us exact time and date when he's going to come, but he gave us clues of when he's going to come, okay? He gave us clues, okay, of the day that he's going to come. The book of Job, chapter 18, verse 5. The light of the wicked will be put out. Its flames will never burn again. Okay, that's the so-called white man. His wickedness, rulership, his tyrannical rulership is going to come to an end. Okay, it's not going to be none left for the so-called white man. The lamp of their tent will be darkened. Their steps were firm, but now they stumble. Okay, the white man had a vast, firm rulership. Now his rulership is fallen. They fall victim of their own device. Okay, why does it say they fall victim of their own device? Because they're going to put the MOTB in, and that's going to trigger Christ. They're gonna put the MOTB in, the mark of the beast, and that's gonna trigger Christ to come back, okay, and destroy them. They walk into a net, and their feet are caught. A trap catches their heel, okay, with the New World Order, and holds them on the ground. A snare is hidden. A trap has been set in their path, okay. That's a New World Order, okay. All around them is terror, is waiting. It follows them at every step. They used to be rich, but now they go hungry. Disaster stands and wait at their side, okay? Disaster, thermonuclear destruction is waiting at this man's side. Thermonuclear destruction is waiting at this man's side. Verse 13, a deadly disease spreads over their bodies that causes their arms and legs to rot. Okay, thermonuclear destruction. They are torn from the tents where they live Shakir. Okay, their rulership used to be Shakir, and are dragged off the face of King of Death. Now anyone may live in their tents after sulfur is sprinkled to affect them, just eradicate them. They're going to be eradicated. Their roots and branches are withered and dry. Their fame is ended at their homes. No one remembers them anymore. Okay, you're going to wake up in the kingdom and say, what happened to the white man? You're going to wake up in the kingdom and say, what happened to the white man? Where is he? They will be driven out of the land of the living, driven from light into darkness. They have no descendants nor survivors. From the east to the west, all who hear their fate will shudder and tremble with fear. That is the fate of the evil people. That's the fate of the so-called white man. The fate of those who care nothing for Yahweh. That's the fate. See, so this man's destroyed. Our punishment is just about up, brothers and sisters. We just need to hold on tight. We just need to hold on tight. The book of Job, chapter 12, verse 17. He takes away the wisdom of the rulers of the so-called Illuminati and makes leaders act like fools. The so-called Illuminati, they he dethrones kings and makes them prisoners. He humbles a priest and men of power. He silences those who are trusted. He takes away the wisdom of old people away. He disgraces those who are in power, but and puts an end to the strength of rulers. He sends light into darkness as death. He makes nations strong and great. See, America used to be a great nation, but then defeats and destroys them. Now Yahweh is destroying America. He makes their leaders foolish and lets them wander confusedly and lost. They grope in the dark and stagger like drunkards, okay? So this man's over with. This man's over with, okay? The only thing is left for this man is nuclear destruction. Drop missiles on him, okay? This man's economy is over, okay? His whole setup is over with, okay? What you need to do is come back into Yahweh Shai while you still can. That's what this is about. That's what this is all about. And hopefully you was well edified. I like to give all praises and glory and honor to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.